Hey guys, I'm here just to quickly give you a quick tour of my base and just speak to you quickly about what to expect as a free-to-play player in a game where lots of people spend lots of money. So let's go and have a look at what's on offer. We'll look at both bases, but the main one in particular. So as you can see, I'm a Fire Crystal 1. I'm pretty close to Fire Crystal 2, so maybe I'll be starting that in the next couple of days, depending on whether I get some rewards for it. And you can see, sorry, I got distracted there. And you can see that's all of those are up to level 30, and I try to look after my base a little bit, and yeah. So you'll notice I haven't collected keys. I think there's an event coming up where I'll need keys, so I'm just going to collect the ones that regenerate and not the ones that I collect. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I probably need to show you, and one of them is my heroes. You can see that they're all Gen 1s. I've got a Gen 2 there in Flint. I'd love him to be higher than he is, but he's not. I've got Mia, who I hope will be able to take over Molly soon, and another couple of lucky wheels. I've got a few more shards to do, and I'd love to get these guys in particular up to 4 stars so I can get their skill up to level 5. That's kind of my aim with those guys next. And even defensively, the Ling and Wallace can help us out maybe in something like the Foundry, where you might be garrisoning more than a couple of buildings. The type of gear that you might see is basically it's all on my top 3. So that's my gear on Molly. She's well equipped out. That's why she was worth the 1.4 in power.
Burning teeth.
And you can see here I'm waiting on, I think I'm about 2 or 3 days away from getting a mythic piece here from the arena, which is, and by Haiti I've got to get a couple more mythic pieces. I've got some from Lucky Chests, and that's why Jesse's got some. And again, they're probably about that's almost too high, the plus 30. I really want to stack those top 3.
It's not about what you do.
Patrick is another one which you have to look after. Look at his skills there. Level 5 is exactly where we want it. The same with Jesse. So as a free-to-play player, because you're going to be adding to rallies and adding to garrisons rather than be the lead of those ones, then those 2 heroes in particular, Jesse and Patrick, become really important that you've got them on skill level 5, because they get that plus 25% here, so increasing damage for Jesse and increasing health for Patrick. So they're the kind of things you need to look after. Just to give you an idea of my position in the state, so leaderboard, we've got I'm 37th in the state. I think that's quite generous really, and it's mostly because I have lots and lots of troops, which I'll show you. Like I have pretty close to 700,000. It's not shown there. I've got about 680 here, and I've got maybe just touch under 680, 673, and I've got 20,000ish in the enlistment center, which is coming through in a sec. They'll come finish up hopefully in the next day or so. And this is my point, that we can't really expect to compete with people who are spending lots of money. This is an example from SVS. This is straight after the battle in the grey area, where the rules were a little unclear. This guy was pretty strong, and you can have a look at his gear, and you compare that to mine, and you can see what I'm talking about. But there's no way, as a free-to-play player, we can get. Firstly, he's got Geronimo, which is a paid hero, and these 2 are Gen 3. Obviously, they're decked out completely. So clearly, he's paid lots of money. She has paid lots of money, and all the gear is completely out of this world, and that's my gear. So, and look at the research percentages and the stat bonuses. You can see all of his are around that 900% mark, and mine are maybe 300%. You can see, so there's not much chance of me being able to compete with a guy that's spending that much money. Okay, but what you can do, and this is what I love about the game, is that I get to I've made some really good friends in the game, and so the thing that's special about this game is that you actually do events together. So I've played other games, and you might have a day where you need to do a battle. Let's go in and do a couple of battles like Clash of Clans and Clan Wars. But in this one, you've all got to be there for us, it's 19:30 UTC. So I've got to get up at 5:30 and be part of Bear. And I don't ever want to let my team down. So that's why I turn up every day, every time there's an event, because I just want to be there with my team. They're kind of my little online family here. And a big shout out to Bex, who brought me into this alliance, and Sussy, who basically taught me how to play it a little bit. So they're really important people to me in this game. The other thing you can do is use World Chat and get to know people from other alliances. So two of my best friends in the game are Bozo and Adivine, and it turns out that they're, like, if you go back and look at their leaderboard, Adivine was the top and Bozo's probably 15th or thereabouts, a little bit higher than 15th. So, and it means that I can get a better understanding of the game and sprout ideas and share them with people. And so that's kind of what to expect as a free-to-play player, and that's kind of the joy in the game for me. It's actually more about the people than the events. I think we'll go have a quick look at my other... just to prove to you that I'm free to play, I thought I'd better just go over here and look at this first purchase option, which is still available to me. To be honest with you, if I was going over again, there's a couple of things I might have just accepted that I might have spent $10 on, and it might have been an extra March queue. I just got my 5th one. I was pretty excited about that. And so I've been playing the game with 4 March queues for about 4 months. And then the other thing is a building queue. So I'd probably, if I was going over again, I probably would purchase those things from the get-go, because it also opens up the chance to use the bank and actually get this 5% daily. I don't even know how much you get to make out of that, but that's something you could do. Having a super quick look at the other account, this is meant to be a farm account. My problem with it was that I pretty much, actually before we go, just to give you guys an idea of the age of our server, 141 days this server is. Okay, so we're closing in on the 5-month mark, and there's definitely been ups and downs along the way. People get very emotional in this game, which is understandable. It just means something to them. Being there for your teammate means something to people. And so this is the farm. Now, normally you make your farm to get resources. I've never really had a problem with resources, so this isn't kind of like a typical farm. It's possibly a fraction more advanced than that. So F27, and it's pretty much got mostly T9s if you look at the troops, which isn't a bad place to be for this particular account. Notice the gear is completely out of whack. It's because I spent everything I could at SVS, and these ones were all potions and alloys, whereas this one was all design plans, and I had some, so I spent them, and it's not at all what you should actually do, but I did it so that we had more points in SVS prep. I think this account in SVS prep went from about 22.5 million to about 33.5 million. And so it's coming along here. You can see the pets are pretty ordinary. The island is really bad. I really haven't looked after this place very well. But I just keep building and hoping something might happen with it. So they're the 2 accounts that I've got, and it's really just hey, that's where I'm at. I didn't show you my backpack, and this backpack's probably got more in it than the other. So this has got a few fire crystals, which is great, a few gems. We can look at my resources and speed ups. They're not too bad, those situations. Obviously I'd like some more speed ups than that. Gear, I've actually got quite a few mythic pieces over here. I got really lucky in some lucky chests, and there's a couple of arena ones there. Mia is my best hero. I got the lucky wheel, and I think she's only a 3.1 star or something like that. And you can see I've actually got a few things on the way here. Actually, I'll open up the lucky chests while we're here. Okay, cross my fingers for me. Absolutely nothing. Okay, and yeah, so there's not much here that's going to be of much use there, but that's kind of, I just want you to know exactly what you're dealing with here. You're not going to be dealing with someone at the high end of the tree when you're looking at this. So I'll show you the backpack here, and I'll show you my pets here, which I didn't show you earlier. I'm not sure I showed you my island either. So just quickly, pets aren't doing too badly. Stats wise, they're adding a little bit to the scenario, so that's good. I'd obviously like them to be higher. And the island, I think the island's going okay. I've got an interesting setup for my island. I've got all the levels across the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got mythic, whether it's a mythic building, an epic building, or a rare building. And you can see most of them are in level 4. I've just got a few mythics to move up, which is what I'll do next. And the lighthouse is level 2. And I've got quite a few scrolls before I get to the next level. I'm at 17. I need to get to 40, I think. And what else is there? Sorry, there's a red dot. I'm going to have to press that red dot. The horns I got in the last Alliance Showdown. And that's... yeah. I don't think I need to go there. And lastly, the backpack. Okay, so the backpack, again, not much in it. Most of my fire crystals are used up. I'm about to go to the, fire crystal 2 with my base, so I need another 24 or something like that to get there, to start that. And I'm hoping to start that in day 4 when I get something for my fire crystals. Resource wise, I'm going fine. Speed up wise, obviously I've just used a lot coming off SVS. What else is there to look at? There is also what I want to show you. Backpack. That's right, there's something over here. Lucky chests. Let's see. Cross your fingers for me. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Call them lucky chests, but really they are unlucky chests for me. So there you go. That's basically a summary of my base. A quick talk about why free-to-play, how they can actually impact the game. Also, you'd have to spend an awful lot of money to get to the point that, say, for example, All Might got to. So really, if you start, where are you going to stop? That's the question. So I encourage you to really just get the most out of the game and enjoy the game, and that's what I'm doing.